So I found out who the company was. I went to their website and I just emailed them some of the photos from that night. And I just sent it to the company email. It was late at night. It was probably around 11 o'clock. And I didn't think anything of it, except 10 minutes later, I got an email back from the CEO of the company saying, I love your photos and I want you on my team. Mostly I was living off my savings. I had a lot of money saved from when I was a lawyer. And that money was running out. And so I had to do something. If I wanted to continue to support myself doing something that I really loved, which is photography, I had to begin to put myself out there. And one of the things I did was I began cold calling. And for anybody who does sales or anything like that, you're probably used to cold calling and all of that. But for me, I had never done anything like that before. And so it was terrifying for me to pick up the phone, call somebody I didn't know, and tell them about my work, what I did. So as part of that process, this was probably in 2016 or 2017, every year in January, there's a big fireworks celebration over New York City for Chinese New Year. In fact, it just happened last week. And one year, I went down there and I took a bunch of photos, and I got home and I looked at the photos and I said, wow, these are pretty good. I did pretty well. And I thought this was part of the time when I was beginning to see myself differently, beginning to put myself out there. I thought, let me find out what company produced this show, this performance, and let me send them some of the photos, see what they say. So I found out who the company was. I went to their website and I just emailed them some of the photos from that night. And I just sent it to the company email. It was late at night. It was probably around 11 o'clock. And I didn't think anything of it, except 10 minutes later, I got an email back from the CEO of the company saying, I love your photos and I want you on my team. And it was like, wow, it just kind of, it was a lot, but that began a relationship to this day. And this company, I'm a freelancer, but I do a lot of their performances. And they've sent me around the world. They've sent me to Dubai twice. They sent me to the Maldives. They sent me around the US, photographing their performances. Now, again, I'm a guy who's never taken a photography class in my life. I don't know anything about art. I don't know anything about any of this. And here I am, an official photographer for one of the largest fireworks performance companies in the world, traveling the world for them, taking photos. Now, I have to say, it's a tough job. They did a performance in August last year in the Maldives, and it was a 20-hour trip to get there. And it turned out it was a performance. There was a bridge that was opening. So they had a fireworks celebration to celebrate the opening of this bridge. And it lasted 2 minutes. So I had to get 20 hours, 4 days traveling, the whole thing. I had 2 minutes to capture that performance. Now, I'm happy to say I did it, but it's not an easy, people think, oh, it's such a great, cool job, and it is. But there's a lot of challenges to it. And I have to have the confidence that says, I can do this. See, if I get to that location and I'm filled with self-doubt, if I'm filled with self-fear, if I'm worried about what somebody's going to think of me and all of that, I'm distracted and I can't do my best work. So I have to be my own biggest cheerleader. I have to be there to encourage myself and say, you can do this. You got this. And that's been the biggest change, because in the past, it wasn't you got this, it was you suck. Who do you think you are? And so that's been the biggest transformation.